Sir Keir Starmer tonight revealed to ITV News his attitude to some of the pressures of the battle to win the keys to number 10. If people are calling him boring, he says, it means he's winning. And it's his children as much as his politics that keep him awake at night. Sir Keir also confirmed to us within the last hour that he's written to the Cabinet Secretary requesting that Labour begin talks with the civil service, a crucial part of the pre-election process. And Rishi Sunak has already said he is happy for those talks to get underway. Our deputy political editor, Anushka Astana, spent 3 months gaining an insight into the man who wants to be our next Prime Minister.
Over the past few months, I've been following the man who appears to be headed for Downing Street, according to the polls and by-election results.
Brother Glenn, you did it! Yeah!
But who is the real Keir Starmer? Is there still a pang of the idealistic lefty who turned up at Leeds University in 1982?
I think we got the eyeliner as well.
Oh, you're wearing
eyeliner? In this particular one, yeah.
Criticising Margaret Thatcher in left-wing magazines. Socialist alternatives?
We didn't actually sell many copies of this.
Or is he the more hard-nosed politician who even kicked former leader Jeremy Corbyn out of the parliamentary party to change Labour? And some say that you've been quite ruthless in getting that change. Is that fair to say?
Yes, and for a purpose.
Visiting a school in the target seat of Reading West, Starmer said he told his top team to start making decisions for government now. In the last hour, he's written to Cabinet Secretary Simon Case to request the start of so-called access talks, which will help civil servants to prepare for if they do win. So to be clear, your shadow cabinet right now are acting as if they are going to be in government by the end of this year?
Yes. Obviously, what I don't want to do is be complacent. Every vote has to be earned. But at the same time, we will not be forgiven if we're not ready.
This week, he sent his shadow chancellor and shadow business secretary to the World Economic Forum in Davos to woo some of the wealthiest people in the world. A sign perhaps of this Labour Party's attitude to the super rich. Tony Blair once said it was not his burning ambition to make David Beckham earn less. Do you disagree with that?
No, I don't disagree with that.
But if you are Prime Minister, would you want to take more money from the super rich and redistribute it to the poorest?
No, that isn't how I want to grow the economy. Of course I believe in redistribution, but I don't think redistribution is the sort of one-word answer. I think that fundamentally disrespects individuals.
Union boss Mick Lynch says he wants Labour to win, but he will not love everything he's hearing.
He's got to show that he is different, that he's not just a Tory in another rosette. The Labour Party's got to be a socialist organisation. We've got to take money off the rich and redistribute it to the rest of the communities in Britain.
Starmer is doing what he thinks will help him to persuade voters.
And it's also all about winning.
Trying to win seems to be his mantra, but there is a challenge he's facing outside policy. In a Savanta focus group commissioned by ITV's Tonight programme, these 2019 Tory voters want a bit more personality. People sometimes say that you come across as a bit boring. What do you say to that?
If in the end that is the only bit of mud left to sling, then I'm pretty comfortable with this. Alistair Darling, where it is celebratory event for his life the other day, I think used to say, if they're calling you boring, you're winning.
That word again. Starmer says one thing that keeps him up at night is worrying about protecting his children if Labour does win the next general election.
Which is a big worry. They're teenagers.
Yeah.
And they're bound to, if we do get it over the line and all the rest of it, they're bound, it's in the job description of a 16-year-old to do stupid things.
Yeah.
And obviously, it'd be much harder for them.
Yeah. And we've seen that in the past, haven't we?
Yeah. But it's going to happen. I mean, they wouldn't be normal teenagers if they didn't do something stupid at some point.
He says his daughter jokes that if he does get to Downing